Hello, trading has closed on October 7th, 2015. I'm Jeff Tennant. I'm recording this when the E-mini future is at 1988.75. I'm anticipating a very big and very significant move at tomorrow's open. Yesterday I had some MEJT targets. I thought they were at increased risk of failing. Obviously that didn't happen. They printed immediately. Later on, the required target proved to be a resistance and a support level. MEJT has a target for tomorrow of 1985.65. If it fails, it will fail, in my opinion, in a big way. If it succeeds, it will succeed in a large way. Let's discuss why. Early on, there was a sell signal at the high. That worked. It said here ultimately higher prices would print. That worked. It said the rally is false and gives us a target of 1985.65, most likely before tomorrow's close. We still are getting resistance from a TDST line on multiple time frames. We still have to mark sell signals on the 30-minute chart. We are right at the 89-week moving average, which should hold if I'm correct about the market having topped out. This is a 1x2 Gann fan line from the low. We are right there. This is a 1x1 Gann fan line from the high. It's been violated briefly a few times, but in general it's been a good support resistance area, so violating it slightly doesn't disturb me too much. If this is a wave 3 of some degree, and this is an ABC, and we have wave C, equal to wave A. That's a lot of resistance right at today's high. At today's high, we had a strong reversal at just the right price. So it was pretty impressive that the market managed to recover the rest of the day. It would have been more impressive if this recovery would have closed higher than the middle of the day high and ideally over the early high. If the recovery is the real thing, we should move up at the open over all the resistance I discussed by having a large gap up. If this is a false move, it should be rejected immediately, not just by having a gap under 1985.65, but ideally by having a gap under this low. If there isn't such a gap, we should close little changed and then have the gap on Friday. But I think this is about pushing the envelope as far as you can. If I'm correct about the market continuing its decline from here, there really isn't any reason for us to trade significantly higher than this high. If I'm correct, we should gap down sharply, and if I'm wrong, I should fail in a very large way by having a sharp gap up at the open. The MEJT target's 1985.65. In the last year and a half, the only failed MEJT targets came right at the all-time high, which is part of the system, having a failed target or two at the high. So the odds are pretty strong that we're going to gap down sharply at tomorrow's open. We still have a diamond on stilts, and it could be a big, big drop. But if I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong in spades. So tomorrow's open is really critical as far as I'm concerned. I'm going with 1985, 65, and a lot more, and if I'm wrong, it'll be obvious from the open, which is what happened today. I have a standing rule that if I'm looking for prices to move in one direction and we have a strong gap in the other one, the prediction is killed from the open. That's what happened today. I'm hoping it doesn't happen tomorrow, and that's today's call.